What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Climb Together podcast. I'm your host, Tony Scorp, here with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say hi.
What up?
So this is episode number 133, and this episode is a little bittersweet for me. This is the last podcast episode on my old PC. As some of you guys know, this has been my first PC and my only PC for the past 5 years, maybe 6 at this point. It's like, I think 6 years now. And
It's probably been 6 years at this point.
Yeah, I think it's been 6 years since 2019. Yeah, 26 years. Okay. Making me feel a little old, but that's fine. So I next week I'm doing the podcast for the first time on the new PC, which means quality's gonna go a little bit better. Probably audio wise, just overall, I think quality's just gonna improve. I plan
Probably
on
no crashing.
Yeah, please, for the love of God. I have yet to like test it out. I built it last night before I went to work, so I haven't really even plugged it in, and like I plugged it in to make sure that it turned on, but like I haven't like downloaded anything or anything like that. So I was gonna use it today, but unfortunately, that's just not the case. So Deception said we should probably talk about like the specs for a second, just because who doesn't want to know about yeah, who doesn't want to know about my awesome new PC. So I'm gonna just so I did it in 2 orders. I ordered it first in what month? What what month? July, right after my birthday. I ordered half the parts. Half the parts. And then I ordered the rest last week, and now it's built, and I'm very excited to do that. Why is it not? Okay. Well, that's stupid.
Can't wait to see the case. I'm sure it looks good.
Yeah. Hold on. Like, it won't. Okay. Well, it's not. Okay. So here is my order for my email, essentially. So this is the first order, this is the case, by the way, which is actually, I like love this case so much. It's got the wood panel. Here, let me see if I can do like a better. It's got like the wood panel. Yeah, it's like genuine wood. It actually sent me. It's walnut. So they actually sent me like a certification thing, where it has like a piece of the wood. It's on this like board saying that walnut sapwood is creamy white, and its heartwood ranges from light brown to dark chocolate with occasional purple and darker streaks. And there's a certificate code for the FSC. Yeah, it's very whatchamacallit, sensual. So that's the case, and it looks really good. It's got 5 fans in it already, so that's good circulation. Here's the motherboard I got. It was the ASRock B850 Pro A. Very pretty motherboard.
Very better than the one I have.
She's pretty. She's gorgeous. She's a powerhouse. I love the black sleek look of just technology in general. So when getting a motherboard, that was definitely on my list. Then I got the G-Skill Ripjaws S5 series 32GB, well, 216GB RAM. I have 2 other RAM that's in my old PC that I'll be moving to the new PC to like make it so that I have 64 gigs instead of just 32. And then this is the power supply I got, the MSI Mag A750GL. Power supply. This is one of the newer ones, the PCI 5.0 ready, everything like that. So that was the first. Yeah, so that was the first half. Sorry, I don't want to like spam my email here. Hold on. And then actually, let me just delete this. I'm just gonna pull them up, and then I don't have to like keep flashing my email. And then we have the rest of it. We have the AMD Ryzen 7 780X 3D.
That one's better than the one I have.
Yeah, so this one is I sprung for the expensive one. But there was also a deal coming with it, which came with the MSI MagCore Liquid A13 cooling system. So I got that in there too.
Yeah, those are all those like the liquid cooling systems are real good.
Yeah, so I got this was actually included. There was like they were running a deal or whatever, so I got this as well. It has I got the 3 fan slots with the RGBs. I'm really excited for y'all to see that. Then I got a refurbished GeForce RTX 480 um 16 super 16 gig graphics card. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. Um,
Be
and then
more than good enough to play the games you're playing.
yeah, for sure. I don't need anything great. I just wanted something that could actually run the game at like um a frame rate that was good and also a quality that was enjoyable. And then I got the Team Group MP33 M2 1 TB SSD. There is room for another SSD on the um motherboard. There's room for 2 SSD, so I might get another one. When I save up a little bit more money. I mean these aren't like super expensive, but I want to get a 2 TB one. Um, those are 100 like 130. So I just sprung for the 1 TB for now, and then I'm gonna upgrade, get the 2 TB when I start. You know, when I become a millionaire.
1 TB should be more than enough.
Oh yeah.
For what you're working with right now.
Yeah, I should be fine. This PC.
Just make sure when you whenever you download COD and stuff that you manage your files, because COD has a bad habit of when you download COD HQ, it downloads like all kinds of stuff you don't want.
Yeah, so
like I downloaded the BO7 Beta and it tried to download the MW2 campaign, MW3 multiplayer. I'm like, brother, I don't want these things.
yeah. And I also have an external hard drive that I have on my current PC that I'm going to switch over as well. And then I have a 250 SSD external as well that I can switch over. I have a lot of things from my old PC that still work and still do the job that I'm going to switch over as well.
Yeah, you'll be
just to kind of beef it up a little bit, just because I won't be using my old PC that much anymore. It's probably just going to go in storage until I can like, I don't know. I might like buy some like better parts for it eventually, or I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could buy like maybe slightly better parts, and you wouldn't need a graphics card or anything, and you could run like a dual PC setup.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I definitely want to beef up this computer first, and just use my
this
own.
PC is gonna be more than good enough.
Yeah.
As long as everything works, it'll be great.
So I'm very excited. I can't stop smiling about it. It got delivered. I got the email. I was sitting up here yesterday folding laundry, and I got the email that I got delivered. And I literally like jumped up and down for joy, and I was like, yippee! And then I like ran downstairs, grabbed it all up, pulled it all out of the boxes, put it together.
Dude, I do that for like every package I get. It's like Christmas when you get a package delivered.
Oh my god, I love it. I was just like yippee, like I'm finally back. You know, we're back. And, you know, like that was like my one excuse for not like streaming more, other than like you know how busy I am. It was like one of my excuses is just like I just like don't want to deal with all the technical difficulties that I have for my PC. But with this new one, like I shouldn't have any, other than just me being stupid. So which will be really great. And I'll run higher stream quality, higher game quality. It's just like higher quality for myself and for just like the content I put out.
So much better.
Yeah.
Like you have even better specs than me, and everything I have runs just fine.
Yeah, so I'm super excited. I worked my ass off to get this new PC. So I'm just like really happy, and I want to kind of show it off a little bit, and then next week you guys will be able to see how it looks on stream. Maybe I'll put some new graphics to make it look a little bit better, but as these graphics we've had them for a while. I think it's almost time for us to kind of update them, maybe. Who knows? Maybe. Je ne sais pas. So yeah, so I think we should probably just get into our topics for today. Just kind of want to touch on that a little bit. Okay. So first off, let me pull this up actually from. Oh my god, deception! I'm scrolling through our DMs right now, and I kind of forget like some of the stuff that we talked about. I'm so glad I don't show these DMs on. All right. Okay. So I mean, so first things first. Let me pull this up so y'all can see it. So Call of Duty, well, Treyarch announces that the open playlist matchmaking from the BO7 Beta will be default at the launch of Black Ops 7. So they go kind of, they're talking about like persistent lobbies and aim assist as
Yeah.
well, but we're kind of,
Yeah, they actually, I was surprised almost that they did announce non-disbanding lobbies because that's been like, even like with skill-based matchmaking, like, well, now I can be like with the old skill-based matchmaking, but like with the old skill-based matchmaking, a lot of people said that disbanding lobbies would be a pretty good fix, even if they wanted to keep the old matchmaking, because then it's like find a lobby you like and you just hang out in there for a while. But they did a little experimentation with it. They did some non-disbanding lobbies in the Cold War beta. And I think a couple times throughout the last few years they've had a couple times where they've done it, but they've kind of shied away from changing the matchmaking and the non-disbanding lobbies and all that. And um, I mean, when it comes to the skill based matchmaking, this right here is about the best news we possibly could have gotten. Um, there were so many people that said that if they just made the open matchmaking default, this game would be so much better, and that's exactly what they did.
mm-hmm.
Um, and they've announced even more changes coming too that we'll talk about. But like the the open matchmaking being default is huge because when I first played the Black Ops 7 beta, I was like, I'm playing this to get a gauge of how much I might end up playing it throughout the year. And after the first couple days, I was like, okay, this game has potential, but like, I don't know. I don't know if I really feel like playing it that much if it's going to be the way it is. And then they put the open playlist out, and I immediately fell in love with the game.
Mm-hmm.
It went from I don't know how much I'm gonna play it to like I was like if they keep this matchmaking in I'm gonna grind the heck out of this game.
I mean, they are, and that's honestly, I think this might save a good part of the game because a lot of people, a lot of the reasons why they left was this. I mean, cheating was another one, but I feel like with this aspect, I feel like a lot of the cheaters will go away.
Well,
Um,
even with the cheating, they posted about the anti cheat now that
mm-hmm,
they've this beta was the first time that they've tested their ricochet anti cheat being kernel level instead of just sitting in the game
mm-hmm,
not really doing anything. And they said that by the end of the beta, once they got a couple extra things ironed out, 99% of games were cheater free.
mm-hmm.
So the anti cheat is actually working pretty well now.
So like a lot of the reasons why people were stopped playing, or played less are happening. I feel like I mean, there's still a lot of other things that can be improved, but I feel like the two biggest things that have kind of pushed people away from playing the game, or push people to cheating, are being resolved, which I think will be really beneficial into gaining a lot of their player base back for this con. It's definitely gonna gain me back. Hopefully, I don't like.
Well, I mean, they saw how much people love this. Like,
Mm,
I really didn't hear anybody saying anything bad about the open matchmaking. Like,
mm,
very initially, there were mixed responses because some people were like, "Oh, my games are so sweaty still. I don't see a difference," and some people were like, "This
it's
is the
because you
greatest
suck.
experience
If
we've
your
had in
games
like
are
years."
if your games are still so sweaty, it's because you suck.
Yeah,
That's
that's one of the funny things is there was a lot of tweets of people being like, "Well, I see who skill based matchmaking has been protecting for the past few years."
Yeah, literally. It's just like, okay, guys, if you're not dominating at least one every 5 games, that's because you're bad at the game.
Dude, like I got on PlayStation to test.
You're
I
a
was
bot.
gonna do open playlist with console only crossplay. The first game was kind of like meh, but it was my warm up game.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a 1.5 KD. I didn't do that bad, but next game I dropped 60 kills, and the next game I dropped 54 kills. Like I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah. So just honestly, just get good. Just get good. If you have a problem with open matchmaking, just get good. That's kind of like the whole point is like that's what skill based matchmaking was in there to protect. Was the people that sucked at playing the game. The new players gave them a little bit more
Yeah.
like but I mean now you don't have an excuse. Okay, you either suck or you're dominating every other game.
Well, and
And
now it's like the fun part that I think a lot of people that have only played COD the last couple of years, 3, 4, or 5 years, will experience is now instead of them being thrown around in the ping pong table of matchmaking and like sometimes they do great and a couple games later they suck. It's like when they start learning the game and get the feel of the game and they learn the maps, get better at the modes, learn stuff like spawns and all that. When they get all this stuff down, they're gonna start doing better consistently, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I can see myself improving at this game."
mhm. And like I remember one thing I remember from like Black Ops 2 pre SBMM era. One thing I used to do with my cousin is like we would look at our like KDs and we would try to like improve on them. Like we would purposefully like sweat and try to get better to improve on
Yeah.
our KD because like our KDs were ass. Like they were horrible. But I think by the
Well,
time I
there are all kinds of people that do that. Like I remember, like T Martin up until like BO3, he had a series where he got on a different account than his main one, and he tried to maintain a 5 KD on that account. He did
Mhm.
everything he could to keep a 5 KD.
And I feel like that just kind of like shows like that was like a part of the game that was just like missing, you know? And I feel like people are allowed to like lay back, chill now, especially like mid tier players. Like you don't have to super sweat every single game to try to figure things out. You know, sometimes you'll be playing against the scumps of the world, but other times you'll be playing against Jimmy Joe who's popping on the game for the first time and doesn't know how to aim. And that's
Well,
the
and that's
beauty of
like the
it.
fun part about this matchmaking is like the average player, like anybody in that 0.9 to like 1.1, 1.2 ish KD bracket, like the average to a little above average players, they were the ones that were getting hurt the most by the
Mm-hmm.
skill based matchmaking because they just couldn't kind of break out of that. And so they were getting hurt the most. And I think they're going to see the most improvement with the open matchmaking because now they're going to be playing more to their level and having more consistent fun, I think, than anybody else.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, oh man,
And
it's
then like
just crazy.
the persistent lobbies is going to be fun because then you could get in a lobby like you could get in a lobby like say you have a lobby where there's like it's you and maybe a couple of your friends and there's a party of 3 or 4 people and it's like you could sit in that game and have like a little battle for a
Mm-hmm.
few games with those guys, and that'd be really fun. Or like maybe you get in a game and everybody's sniping. It's like a sniper lobby, and then you just want to hang out in that sniper lobby and snipe people and have fun. And you can sit there for as long as you want because you're never going to get disconnected from the lobby unless you disconnect yourself.
Mm-hmm. True. So I think these changes are just gonna make it a little bit better. Maybe even a lot better to play the game. Just kind of enjoyed it as well.
Oh,
Um,
I think stacking because you got to remember we didn't have persistent lobbies in the beta. I think having the persistent lobbies on top of this is going to make this even better than it already
mm,
was.
especially like going against people that you just played on the same team as, and like I miss that
Oh
kind of
yeah, because then you're
stuff.
gonna have the team rebalancing, and then it's like that happened a couple times when I was in the beta too. Is like I would have a lobby with. It almost makes me wonder if they were testing persistent lobbies a little bit in the beta, but like I'd play against somebody. Uh, I would play with somebody on the team, and they would be slamming with me. We'd be having a great time. In the next game, they'd be on the other team, and I'm like, oh, I had to try to kill them.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's just something that's That's gonna be cool. It's a good ad. I personally think they did a good job with the tweaks that they've added to Call of Duty this year. With this, I genuinely do believe the game will make a good comeback. It is in part due to Battlefield 6's release, though. I do
Oh,
think
Battlefield 6 definitely
that
affected this.
that I think is the main driving factor behind these changes, mainly because we've been asking for these things for years, years, literally years. And they haven't done anything about it. But as soon as Battlefield makes a good game to compete against Call of Duty, all of a sudden we get everything that we've been asking for. And I mean, you can't help but be like, oh yeah, well it's because of freaking Battlefield 6. And honestly, it's a good game. I have yet to play it. I've been waiting to get my new PC. It's gonna be the first game I download and play probably. Um, I've been waiting to play it on my PC. I just want to experience it in like good quality specs. Oh, bro, I'm so excited. That's what I'm
I've been
doing.
seeing so many good clips of Battlefield, but
Mm,
that's the thing about Battlefield is like that's one thing that I don't know if you'll ever get in COD over Battlefield is Battlefield can produce just like the moment to moment gameplay and the things that can just happen, the wild things that can happen.
mm-hmm.
Like even the clip that we're watching right now, like that stuff happens in Battlefield, and I don't know if you'd ever get that to happen consistently in COD. And I mean, it doesn't happen consistently in Battlefield, but it's just like you get that one moment that feels super good, and like in Battlefield, you'll like never forget it. Whereas in COD, like it'll happen and you'll think about it, but then like you'll just be like, oh, it's whatever now. But then, like that guy just like no scoping the person out of the helicopter. Like the only time you could probably ever get these moments is in like Warzone in
Mm-hmm.
COD. But like obviously with the matchmaking, that's probably not going to happen very much. Um, although curiously, that's another thing we got to think about is how good will Warzone be if they change the matchmaking for that? Because they haven't said anything about matchmaking for
That is
Warzone. I really
true.
hope they change it.
That is true. I feel like this brings up a lot of different, opportunities for Call of Duty. But honestly, watching Battlefield, like literally, it's like taking over my TikTok feed. These clips, they're so funny. There's one that was just like, oh, hold on, maybe I can find it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Cause it literally, like, I literally like actually laughed out loud. It was so funny. Um, it was the sound that was like, I can't wait to go home and see my mom, and then he just gets like blown up.
I that's the thing about Battlefield is Battlefield definitely has like the crazier like things that you can happen that you can do in this game. Like even this guy just no scoping the person out of the helicopter. It's like you'll
Yeah.
never forget that. That is something that you'll always remember about Battlefield.
Like this one right here, this TikTok, it like shows like, oh my god, it's so loud. Hold on. Like it's such like a cinematic death, and it's just like a normal. Like I saw it and I was like, dang, that's like, it's just such a, it's so much more in depth than Call of Duty because it's such a bigger battlefield
Well, and
than.
like and COD has just like COD has tried to do like if you remember like ground war from MW19, that's probably
Mm-hmm.
the closest thing we've ever gotten to Battlefield. Um,
Yeah.
but even then, it just like ground war and MW19 just kind of felt like what COD already had, but a little bigger. Like it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't that much different. But like Battlefield is so vastly different from COD that it creates moments that you're just like you'll never forget because like I hate to say it, but like COD to the average player is so much more repetitive. Like you basically can have the same thing happen almost every game if you're like an average player and you weren't thinking too much into the game. But the average player on Battlefield is going to have a vastly different experience, like
Mm-hmm.
depending on like what game mode they're playing, what map they're on, what class they're using. Like they can have such vastly different experience from game to game.
Yeah, this was the clip I was talking about. No, it wasn't. Hold on. It was this one, I think. Yeah, it was this clip.
Going for you guys. I can't wait to go back home and see my mom.
Oh my lord, what is happening? Is there a storm?
It was.
No way that guy fell off. No way that guy got blown up and fell off the roof.
It's the sound that goes with
And
it.
he
It's
probably
like
immediately died probably too from falling off.
oh yeah. He said, I can't wait to go. How's war going for you guys? Oh, I can't wait to go home and see my mom. Immediately dies. And it's just like shit like that you can't make up. Like, it's just so funny. It's just so funny.
That just would not happen in COD.
No. So, I think that the game honestly is doing really well.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of hype over the Battlefield 6 launch. I've been seeing a lot of people doing marathon streams, grinding it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Battlefield devs say that they had a all-time peak player count on all platforms over the weekend. So Battlefield 6 is a hit.
Yeah, honestly.
Sure.
And I think I'm going to say this, and I want your opinion on my saying of this. I think their release timing was like actually kind of perfect because
their release timing was great
because
they're getting it out before. They're doing what we wish X Defiant would have been able to do, is get the game out before COD, because right now people are in that COD lull that even like you and I are in, where it's like, well, Black Ops 6 is getting kind of old. We played Black Ops 7 Beta already. We just want to play COD. We want to play something new. And then it feels like there's nothing, but Battlefield comes in and they're like, oh,
literally the day after.
Coming.
Literally the day after the beta ends, Battlefield 6 comes out. You get a full month, pretty much, almost, of playing Battlefield 6 before Call of Duty. People go, they play Call of Duty for the release, then they get bored, you know, they're like, okay, I'm not going to grind this 24/7 anymore, I kind of want to go back to, like, Battlefield 6. So they're going to see probably a dip in player count, obviously, when Black Ops 7 gets released, but I mean, also at the same time, those players that usually would go play COD, they're probably going to stick on this until they get the reviews of, like, COD being good. And that's probably going to lull by the end of November, early December. Then it's going to peak again at Christmas time. But I think
when Warzone comes out for COD, there will be a pretty good, be a pretty good boost in player count.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of more casual COD players that only like playing Warzone. That's something that I think a lot of people underestimate, is because Warzone is free to play and it's a BR. There are a lot of people that only play Warzone, and don't touch anything else.
It's true, but I don't know. I think it'll definitely. I think a lot of people, once they get bored of the initial COD, you know, because there's like that 2-3 weeks for everybody, they just play COD like 24/7. And then they kind of like ease off and then play other games or whatever. And because they, you know, finished their gold gun grind, you know, they've been streaming 24/7 for the past 2 weeks, and they need to sleep.
Well, I don't think that there's a definite date for it yet, but I would take a guess and say that Battlefield will try to launch their first season probably around COD launch. So it could be a thing of like, oh, there's new content for Battlefield. Oh, but COD's coming out. I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah. So, I think it's gonna be great. Honestly, I can't wait to play the.
I haven't played Battlefield yet, but if it's on Game Pass or whatever, I think I'll give it a shot.
I'll probably end up playing tomorrow night, TBH. I might stream it. Actually, you know what? Maybe I will. I'll stream Battlefield
get that
6.
PC going and stream it.
Well, cause tonight I gotta. So this is my plan for today, because I freaking hate midterm season. But so I have an exam that's a take-home exam, and it's due at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'm just gonna take these exams take these for this professor. My exams take me at least 5 hours, but this one has like an added-on thing to it, and it's 2 questions, and it's a higher level course, so I'm expecting it to take me 7 hours. So I was like, okay, well, I don't have 7 hours in a day. Plus, I have 2 kids to take care of. So after this podcast, I'm gonna take a nap. Okay, then do my mommy duties. Okay, and then after the girls are all set for the night, go down to the library on campus and do this exam. Then come home, clean my apartment because my apartment is in disarray because I've been doing like so many exams and everything and working. And then don't go to sleep, take the girls to school, take a quick little nappy poo in the morning, and then my sleep schedule is going to be fucked up. But that's okay because I can just sleep during the day, then I go to class, then, mom, whatever, and then I have my club, and then after I get back from my club at like 10:30, I can hop on Battlefield 6 all night. It's like perfect.
Yeah.
Because my sleep schedule gets messed up on Friday nights anyway because I'm up till 3 a.m. So, might as well just keep it messed up.
Now you can be up till 3 a.m. playing Battlefield.
Exactly. See, Deception gets it. So that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. So if you guys see me on tomorrow night at fucking 2 a.m., don't question it. Just hop in and vibe, But
Bringing back to really late night / really early morning streams.
I might have to, dude. I might have to, cause there's no other way I'm gonna be able to stream. I could do the 4 a.m. wake up again, but I haven't really been waking up to my alarm, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, man, remember that time, dude, when I was waking up at like 4 a.m. and streaming? And it was working too, because that was like
and
the
I remember
peak.
when we got on, when they first did the Vanguard, they put the Vanguard content in Warzone, and we got on Rebirth. And like I remember you wanted me to play because you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna be able to play like all day," and I was like, "Okay." Well, I was thinking like, "Oh, I'll get up at like 10 or 11 and we'll play. Maybe we'll get on at like noon. I'll have lunch. We'll get on at like 1." And you were like, "Oh, you want to get on at 7 a.m.?" And I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, well, because I would wake up at 4 a.m. and play and stream before school. Then I would go do my school and edit because it was during COVID. Dude, COVID tone was a different freaking breed. I mean, I'm still like the same grinder, but I had like less responsibilities. So like,
you had a lot more freedom to just get on and
I
play
literally
wherever,
would like,
however
bro,
long.
it was so. I would wake up at 4 a.m. stream till like 7, so get a good 3-hour stream in the morning. Then or like 7:30 usually because school doesn't start till 7:50, so get a good 3-hour stream in the morning. Then during school I would edit and clip from my stream in the morning and from my stream the night before. Then after school got done, I would like chill, hang out, whatever for like an hour, and then I would hop back on and stream again.
Yeah,
And
I remember
then
like we would play Cold War. We'd play Cold War, and you'd be off stream, and you'd be like, we would be playing, but you'd be like, you'd have like be listening to your class in the background. I'd be like, this is crazy. We're just playing while she's in class.
And I'd be like, yo, hold on, Deception, 1 sec. And then I'd like answer a question in class, and I'd have to like mute, and I'd like panic because I'm like, Mans knows I'm playing video games right now. Like, there's no way he doesn't realize that. I never got in trouble for it, so it was a different time. It was a different time. But I wish I could devote that much time to gaming again. Like I love it so much, and I love esports and creating content, and I wish I could just devote all my time to it again like I did before, but you get older and you have other responsibilities and whatnot. But what a time. What a time.
I'm talking about getting older, and she's 22.
Okay, I'm 22, but also like have 2 children that I raise. So like
Yeah, that is true.
I have a responsibility
you
of like
entered
30
the mom era.
I have responsibilities that 30-year-olds have, so but yeah, so I mean honestly it's been I kind of want to try to get back to that grinder tone of myself. It's just a little difficult right now, but this new PC has been a big motivator for me to kind of get back into things and
Oh, it will be because you're not gonna have like any of the problems that you've
no,
had before.
I'm gonna be like, this is amazing.
You're
like,
gonna be able to run
sleep.
every game just fine. You're gonna be able to play and stream without any issues. There's not gonna be crashing during the podcast.
Nope.
You're not gonna have stupid stuff happen with OBS. Like you're gonna be having a great time, and you're gonna be like, it feels so good to do stuff with no issues.
Exactly. I'm super excited. And it's also like too like this is my last year of college, and I'm gonna get a little sentimental for a second, but this is my last year of college. I might have like another semester depending on how many classes I take next semester, but I'm going into my last little home stretch here. I'm like 88% done with my degree or whatever, and so as I'm kind of like, I'm like, okay, what do I want to do next? And I don't want to go work a corporate job. Like I want to do this. Like I want to, create content and do the Scorpion Syndicate and do what I love every single day. So it's kind of been a really big motivator for me to get back into things in the way that I
Well, and
wish I
you're getting
was.
stuff like that started early with getting that new PC, because then it's like now you're gonna be like you're already gonna be getting prepared for
Yeah.
running that content up even more.
Yeah, and then the thing is the cool thing is with winter break. Last winter break, I was kind of going through it. I was like navigating the end of my relationship, and I was just really depressed and sad, and I just didn't know what I wanted with my life. But going into this winter break, I get a month off, of school, but I also get 2 weeks off of work. So it's just gonna be me and the girls. But I was thinking about like trying to like see if my grandma will take them for a few days or something, and just like devote myself to my craft, to my work, and use that time to get caught up and get ahead, and just really build a solid foundation moving forward, and deep clean my entire apartment, top to bottom. And but that's beside the point. And then and to kind of take that moving forward, um, and to like kind of get a taste of like what my life would look like, post graduation, and for those 2 weeks, and I think that in and of itself would be like a huge motivator for me to really give it everything I've got, for the next 6 months. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. 6 months? What? 7. It's 7 months. It's 7. It's 7. I didn't do the math right, but it's so little, but that's so little time. Oh my god. I'm freaking. Okay, we're moving on from this topic before I have a crisis. Um, Deception. NASCAR. How was it? Tell us about it.
Okay, so NASCAR 25 launched in early access on Friday. It launched for everybody except for Steam on Tuesday, which was yesterday as we're recording the podcast. But it will be on Steam on November 11th. I will be getting it on Steam because I want to run the game on wheel. I've only been playing on controller, and I have a wheel and I could get it to work on the PS5, but I don't want to pay $120 for an adapter. But like, anyway, this game, I am extremely happy with this game overall. There are definitely some things that need to be worked on. This game is definitely not above criticism. There are definitely things that need to be worked on, things that are desperately needed. If not by the next game, at some point in this game, I wish. Like the fact that we don't have crossplay. But like it probably will come in the next game. They said it's a priority. But the big thing about this game is it feels really good. It's really fun to play. Um, when it comes to like the driving and especially like the strategy of this game, it's great because I'll give an example. Like on Forza, you basically on Forza you basically tire wear and stuff didn't really matter in the NASCAR. It was basically like you could just drive qualifying laps, go as hard as you wanted for the entire for like half the run. Then like for a little bit, the tires might fall off a little bit. You might feel a little bit fall off, but not much. And then when they got to like 70-80% wears, when they kind of started falling off. So
Mm-hmm.
it really wasn't like there wasn't a whole lot of strategy in this game. Oh my lord, tires in this game are so important because you get your tires above like a certain threshold in temperature and your car will start handling terribly. You could go from your car like driving perfect to driving like a beached boat if you go like 10 degrees over in tire temperature.
I'm beached boat.
And it's so fun. Like because stuff like that makes you have to actually focus on okay, how can I drive this car to where I can still be fast and I can save tires and be better than everybody else? And it's great. Um I will say that there are some definitely some glaring issues. Like right now, for example, for me on controller, I have no vibration at all when when it comes to like feeling what the car is doing or responding. Like you don't really know that you're going to spin out or get any vibration of it until you're already spinning out, which is not great. It's not very easy to drive sometimes when you're doing that, but they have one thing I will give iRacing super big credit for, and this is not just something in sports games. This is something in every game. Is they have been working so hard to put updates out, and they have already put so many. They've done like 4 or 5 patches for this game before it even launched for everybody. Everybody that got this game on launch has a vastly different experience than 4 days ago when we started, and they're still working on a whole bunch of patches. They are working super hard on this game, and I respect it a lot. And I definitely think it's going to pay off because even with no controller vibration, I'm loving this game. I'm having so much fun. I've already put like 24 hours into this game. Like it's
Dang,
great.
Deception. You've been grinding, dude.
It is fun.
I'm
It
glad to
is
hear it.
really fun.
I'm glad to
I'm
hear it.
excited. I'm excited for what they. I'm really excited for how this game is going to be when they get controller vibration in because I feel
Mm.
like this game's going to be even better when I get a little bit more feel of the car. Um, but even like right now, the way it is, it's definitely not unplayable. It's there are some tracks where it's kind of difficult, like the road courses are kind of difficult with no vibration. But I'm telling you, if you get the settings down and you like start understanding, this game is for the average player when you first pick it up. It's not. I will say it's not like a pick up and play game. It is kind of challenging, even for me as a veteran player who's used to playing NASCAR console games. It was challenging. You can go back and watch when I streamed at launch. I was struggling to even like drive the car off pit road at first. But when you get this game down and you put the time in and you learn everything and you get a feel of how to drive the car, this game is awesome. It is very fun.
Yeah. I definitely think like I think honestly this game is going to be huge for you, TBH.
Oh,
Um
this game, I've already. It's crazy because I was I was tweaking with the settings during the launch stream within the first couple hours, and I made some settings that I felt like I tested them and I felt like they helped, and I sent them to all the guys in the league, and they were like, "Oh, these are great. This is fantastic. We can work with this." And like,
mm,
I was like, "Okay, I should probably post this," and that tweet popped off. So I'm glad that my expertise is helping people, and I'm gonna keep doing stuff to try to help the casual players get a little bit better feel of the game.
mm.
Um, and we'll see how it goes. This game is really good though. Like I would say, like if you watch this podcast and you're a fan of NASCAR and you are big into video games, you should buy this. This is worth it.
You heard it right here, folks. You heard it here first. Buy and play the game. I personally am not a racer, so I'm don't think I'll be investing in NASCAR 25, but who knows, maybe I will once it comes out on Steam. Doesn't it come out in
I'm
November on
excited for
Steam?
the Steam launch. Yeah, it comes out November 11th on Steam. But with the way they've been patching this game, people that don't have it yet and don't have consoles and are waiting for Steam, they're going to be playing compared to the game that we started with. And I'm not saying the game that we started with was bad, but like with them fixing all the issues and working so diligently to patch it, the Steam guys are going to be they're going to be golden. Like they're going to be playing a game that feels they won't even know how much work has been put into the game, but like they're gonna love it
Mm,
because they're not gonna be experiencing nearly as many of the sort of like small things that we've been experiencing. But I am really happy with the devs though. They have been working super hard. They have posted. They've gotten like they've been on Twitter and stuff looking for feedback. They in the NASCAR Discord, there's an entire section for NASCAR 25 where people can freely post bug reports, and
Mm-hmm.
people are like, the devs are going in there, like replying to people. Like, there was a whole thread about controller vibration that a bunch of people posted, and I posted in there telling about trying to give as much of a detailed like experience as possible so they would understand. And I posted it, and like a few hours later, after I posted like a very detailed explanation, one of the lead devs came in there and said they were looking at it. So they're working very hard on this game.
Yeah. I mean, that's good though that they're that involved and everything like that too. And I think this is going to be
Well,
really
and
big
that's
for
why
like
I
the
said that I
iRacing
trust
circuit.
iRacing is because iRacing is like this.
Mhm.
One of the reasons why people love iRacing is because they get on issues really fast and they're very transparent and they know what people want and they know like how games work
Yeah.
basically. They're not like a dev that's gonna take like a week to patch one small little bug. Like, literally, the game came out, and like 18 hours into the game being out, they already had a patch up for some of the bigger issues at the time.
Nice. I mean, they are proud. They're proud of what they, they're proud of their product and what they produce in their heart, sweat, and tears, and they want to do what they need to do to keep it up, like upkeep it. So I feel like that's really important that they did that.
I'm just really happy that they're the ones making the NASCAR console game because, like I said, we haven't had a half decent NASCAR game in like 6 years, and even the one 6 years ago compared to this is like nowhere close. Like, this game blows every NASCAR game from at least the last like 10 years out of the water.
Mhm.
It is so good.
Good. Good. Good. Good. I'm glad. So NASCAR 25 is a success.
Yeah, I actually saw somebody. I think it was Adam Stern tweeted that it uh, is the fourth most played game on over the weekend. It was the fourth most played game on Xbox, and it was like the 10th most played game on PlayStation.
Dang.
So like, it's getting a ton of support.
I mean,
I don't
rightfully
know if a
so.
NASCAR game has ever been that high.
Mm-mm. I mean, rightfully so. So it's good. It's good stuff to see. Um, anything else you want to talk about today, Deception?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
I
I
know I
mean,
really can't add much
there's
to the
not a lot.
NASCAR discussion, so it's kind of
I
a
kind of
one-sided
like
on that
the
one.
thing about like we haven't really talked about Roster Mania much, but like maybe we could talk about that next week if there's not a whole lot of content to talk about. But
Yeah.
also there haven't been a lot of stuff happen with Roster Mania. There's a lot of rumors and like there's been some stuff, but like I don't know if we have I don't know if we have enough like intel to do a good amount of a podcast on it, but I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll get more soon.
I think once we have
Um,
enough to like dedicate a podcast to, we can do that. Or we can save it for like after the release of COD. Like, do like pre-release COD, post-release COD, then do a roster mania one after the first like week or two or whatever. And that way we can just dedicate like a whole thing to just like the rosters, going over the teams and like predictions and stuff like that. We could do
well,
that
and hopefully
too.
we get the schedule soon and stuff too.
And we can do that episode as well.
Because
Hopefully.
I've heard rumors that for the international events, because it's rumored that there are going to be two of them.
Mm.
I've heard rumors that at least for the international events, there are going to be some league matches played on land for those.
Mm.
So that would be very interesting.
Well, we'll get to see here. Also, there's a new big Valorant update that came out today as well. Let me see if I can pull it up. That's a game that I do like that I just don't really talk about a lot. Let me see here. So they pretty much like overhauled a lot of the game. so they're like changing a lot of the abilities for the duelists. And just like they really
I need to try Valorant on console because
yeah,
I don't know about it, but I've heard that like
I
controller is at
think
least like pretty good on console.
mm-hmm. Let me see here. They did a lot to the game. Um and they also I think are making it cross platform.
See, that whole thing about them updating the cross-platform is what I hope they do in NASCAR 25 because that's one of the biggest issues that people have right now is no crossplay, and they did say it was a big priority for the next game. But I really hope that if they get it ironed out for the next game, they try to patch
Mm,
it into this game.
yeah. Let me see here. So, let me see. Yeah, they haven't said anything about it yet, but I'm hoping maybe they do because I feel like that would really like bring more people to the game because it's a good game to play with friends. It's just hard when you know your friends are on console or whatever.
I mean, probably their main concern, and I mean, this could probably be fixed if they just did console only crossplay, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess their main concern probably is just intermingling PC with console people. Any game like that is kind of difficult
Especially
because,
because of the skill gap. It's such a
well, yeah, because
PC
like Valorant
game.
is very like Valorant. I would say keyboard players are at a very big advantage in like 90% of scenarios. So like, I feel like even good controller players would probably still struggle to have fun against keyboard and mouse players. I feel like the fix there is probably like if you're playing on keyboard and mouse, you can match with anybody, but if you're playing on controller, you could have like controller only matchmaking or something. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. There's
Yeah.
got to be a way they could fix it. I just really hope that they wouldn't do it like Overwatch did because Overwatch made it to where you could play with PC people, but if you were on controller and you were playing with people on PC, you had no aim assist, and that sucked.
Yeah. So I think it's definitely something to toy around with, and I think it would be really beneficial for the game. Um,
Oh, it'd be really good because I haven't really like followed Valorant a lot, but I know that like there were a bunch of people that were hyped for the console launch because there really hasn't been a shooter game like that on console. Like
mm-hmm.
the only example really was like CS was on the Xbox 360, but like I don't think anybody really cared about that.
Yeah. So, oh my god, I just banged my knee on my desk. Sorry, guys. I think that's called. I think that's a good way to end this the podcast and the stream. Um. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's episode of the Climb Together podcast. I've been your host, Tony Score, up here with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say bye.
Bye.
If you guys did enjoy the podcast, oh my god, Jesus. Okay, if you guys did enjoy the podcast, please like the video if you're watching on YouTube or follow the stream if you're watching here live on Twitch. We stream this live every Wednesday and then we upload it shortly after. Typically the same day. Right now I'm kind of getting caught up still, but we're almost there. And make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you guys want to catch previous podcasts, check out some old episodes of Trip Down Memory Lane. We have a whole playlist of all of them listed, so go ahead and check that out. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you guys next time. Peace.